what's up? Welcome back to the Real Estate Podcast with Carson. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello.
We're not getting into real estate. I don't know a thing about it.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Probably
We
not.
probably should talk about it.
No, you don't want advice from us. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back in for yet another week of the Based Podcast.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I like the little family we're growing, man. We seem to be getting a little crew together on Instagram and on YouTube here. So thanks for subscribing and liking. And you know what?
And the audio only people,
dude,
that's like that's more than YouTube, certainly.
It makes me so happy to see that people actually tune into our yap sessions. This is cool.
It's very weird.
This
is
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. Well, thanks for joining. You know what? Since we're just asking, leave a review or something. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. You'd be like, these guys are just chasing reviews. No, we're not. I promise we're not, because we don't ask ever. So
no, and we've had we have enough reviews. Not enough, but we'd always love more. But
yeah,
we have a bunch of really positive reviews. It's very nice.
It helps us in a weird amount of ways.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how cool everybody's been to us. So thank you.
Yes.
From guests to people who watch to Instagram to
dude. Super cool.
It's really crazy how cool of a community we've built.
Absolutely. Gratefulness
You've allowed
is
us
in.
to build. Gratefulness is in.
It's in. I told you guys at the beginning of the year. Gratefulness and running are in. And boy, are they in.
Running's not in.
Boy,
Losing
are
weight's
they in. Yeah, we're getting in shape, baby. We're getting toned. Anyways, dude, we have, it's like I feel like I haven't seen you in weeks, low-key.
Well, that's the truth.
It is the truth.
We both had like our busy season at the same time.
Dude, I'm neck deep in mine, man. The summer in country music is like just constantly gone. So I don't live in Nashville. I've been in Nashville every weekend for the past month, and I will be for the next month. It's just whether I'm going down to leave or going down for shows or rehearsals or whatever, I'm just like constantly on the road, which is great. This is exactly what I want. So I'm so happy to be busy. We got a bunch of random stuff that we just did and a bunch of random stuff coming up. We were just in Texas. Yep. Shout out Texas. I know we got some Texas listeners. You guys, I do have to say, I love In-N-Out, but going to In-N-Out in Texas is like going to Red Lobster on Lake Michigan. It just doesn't add up.
So wrong.
It doesn't. I'm going to do it.
You're so wrong.
I'm still going. But like, it feels, it's like, I don't know. It needs to be in LA.
I've had my worst In-N-Outs in Texas. I have not been to LA.
Okay.
The best In-N-Outs I've had have all been in Denver. There's 2 in Denver.
Ooh, and I didn't know Denver had them.
They slap.
Dude, I'm
crunchy every time. The burger crunchy.
I'm sure Nashville's going to get one soon. If the East Coast at all gets it, I guarantee Nashville's where it's headed.
We're getting Wawa and Publix.
Yes.
So like it's all
Florida's here.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I love the Publix. So yeah, very cool being down in Texas. I did get a Whataburger shake. Didn't get the burger, got the shake. It was solid.
No, Whataburger's
no, dude, I went straight strawberry. Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure the shake's fine.
Man, we're really talking about the good stuff. Anyways.
We're going to get our first negative review because someone's like, I love Whataburger. And I'm like, oh, cool. You must wear sweatbands when you play your Les Paul.
Oh, man. Starting fires today.
Don't cut that out.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't dare. I'll just be watching this in post as I'm editing and be like, I'm gonna make it louder. No, dude. So yeah. Back to the thing. We were down in Texas. We were actually sort of backline the whole weekend. We did what we call slim backline. So we rented a drum set, and I went digital with the bass. Guitar went digital with his Kemper. So I just brought my little HX, dude. I'm so chaotic when I fly, dude. I have like a raw pedal on the ground and a raw DI on the ground, and I didn't have a patch cable, so I connected my HX Stomp to a DI that I brought with like literally a 15-foot Mogami cable. My stage is so chaotic, and I'm happy about it. And honestly, it sounded great, and the gigs were so fun. I love playing in Texas. I know you did Luck. That's down in Texas, right?
Yeah, we did Luck. We've done that's Willie Nelson's ranch. That's right outside of Austin.
Right.
We did South by Southwest.
Right.
I think we did a couple dates leading into Texas.
Oh yeah, we did rural Texas.
We never did like Texas honky tonk circuit.
Right,
we did like indie dive bar circuit.
Right. Which it
are
has
very different.
I was gonna say, but it's cool that Texas can do it all. Like it really can.
Well, especially like Austin. Well, I mean the cities are huge. Well, when they're big, they're big. Everything in Texas, you know.
So I know we have some listeners that maybe have toured in the past when it was different, or maybe just think about like, what's it like to tour? Well, let me cue you in on this. So I'm out of Lexington, Kentucky. The camp that I work with is out of Nashville, Tennessee. That's about 3 hours away from me, but you get a time change. So by a clock, it's 2 hours.
On the way there.
Right. And on the way back, it's 4. So I go down to Nashville, and instead of driving what would be, I think it was 17 hours to our first stop in Texas from Nashville, not including the 3 hours, because it is so far. We flew down to Dallas, rented a car, got the drum set in Dallas, and we drove literally halfway across the strait, literally from Dallas to just below San Angelo, Texas, 5 hours of driving. You're in the dead middle of Texas. I'm like, we didn't even start on the outside of Texas, and we drove all the way to the middle of Texas, 5 hours. And it was still like 600 miles to El Paso. I mean, just crazy numbers when you're driving there. So we did that date, and then we drove 5 more hours north to Amarillo, which isn't even at the top of the panhandle. They call the top little panhandle.
Yeah.
It's not even at the top. It's close, but it's not even at the top. 5 more hours, and then 6 hours all the way back down to Dallas to fly out the next day.
Were you saying, or was it Jason in our interview with him, that was like, there are more than a few bands that just do Texas?
Dude, the guy that we played with is, I've seen his tour dates for the last few weeks, all Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Texas. We're actually going back down in October. Every weekend, only Texas. It's crazy. What you guys get, I don't know if we got Texas folk in here, but what you guys have going on is crazy. It's fun. You got great fans down there. Everybody was excited to be at the concerts. We were like 20 minutes south of San Angelo, and dude, they showed up. Really cool. So it's Cooper's Barbecues, the place.
I love Cooper's.
Well,
I love Cooper's
Jason,
in the middle of Austin.
I would say Jason was trying to explain this to me. There's a bunch of Coopers that all stemmed off the one Coopers, and everybody said that this Coopers isn't those Coopers, but it's the original Coopers. And I was like, good God. It's so hard to understand what you people mean.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get to try the barbecue. I had like a chop sandwich that they made because we didn't get it in time because of our weird little load in. But good shows, hot shows, long drives for still. It was a fly day, and we still were driving 6 hours a day. So interesting. That's what you guys are missing if you're not touring in Texas. Yeah, dude. Really, really interesting. The guy that we went out with, who was wonderful, by the way. His camp, great to us. His name's Aaron Watson. Very Texas. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's a pro. Nice. Put on a great show and just was so nice to us. They basically operate out of, I'm going to say this wrong, Abilene, which is really close to the middle of Texas.
Okay.
So they're kind of like 2-3 hours from everything. 2-3 hours, like 2 hours from Dallas, 2 or 3 hours from Amarillo. Like that's like they kind of operate in a central way. And I was like, well, if you're going to tour the Texas thing, just live in the dead middle or do bus call in the dead middle and just say, all right, everybody, we'll see you there. And, they go outside of Texas, but I mean, it sounds like you can make just a living plenty fine in Texas.
It's a Texas living.
I guess, man. So, really cool weekend there. And then we're gearing up for like really odd random shows. And just we had like a weird routing thing where I'm at the bottom of Alabama and then 2 weird days off. And then we're in the middle of Nebraska.
Nice.
It's like a 18, 20 hour drive, dude.
I love Omaha, actually.
Omaha's great.
Yeah.
Did you eat that chicken spot in Omaha? If anybody knows what I'm talking about, there's a chicken place that does like a huge chicken sandwich. It's like Angry Birds or something. It's called Ugly Birds awesome. Or Angry Birds. If somebody's in here is from Omaha or knows what I'm talking about, please message us or comment or something. It was great. It's like a mayo adjacent on top of a massive fried chicken. So yeah, plus they got the farmers out there. The food's good. It's there. They're making it there.
Yeah. I don't remember where we played. It was like a converted like bar-ish small, maybe 300 cap room that converts into a second auditorium on the back that they leave open a lot. Sure. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a lot of fun. People were nice. I remember, the
Midwest in general is always so welcoming into music.
City was really clean.
City is clean.
Yeah,
a lot of people. You're downtown. You're like, is anybody here?
Yeah, definitely that. I thought that was really cool. Actually,
Yeah.
it was nice. I took a walk to try to go to a ramen place, and I got there, and there was a sign on the door that their pipes exploded. So it was like cool.
It's all that sodium down there.
Yeah, my 2 hours that I have off alone was ruined. But Omaha's really cool. Shout out Counting Crow song.
Yeah. So, well, we were supposed to be in Omaha a few weeks ago, and that ended up getting canceled. And this is nowhere near Omaha. It's still like 3 or 4 hours west. Like if this is Nebraska, Omaha's on the dead edge. We're in the dead middle.
Nice.
Middle of nowhere. So, which are always really fun gigs because I think I probably said this before, but when you're playing in the middle of nowhere, playing country music, no one else has any excuse not to be there. So they all show up. County fairs and like the local amphitheater or whatever, everybody just goes. It's just like, yeah, of course we're all like, what else are we gonna do?
The moment you cross into Nebraska, you have to listen to Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska album. It's a tradition.
I'll turn it on. I'll tell the boys. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, Carson said.
This is the acoustic sad.
This is the boss
area. Yeah.
Dude, nice. So yeah, we got those coming up, and we're in Illinois like 15 times more this year. Constantly in Illinois, which is a funny state to tour in as well. I don't know if you guys have done anything outside of Chicago, because Chicago's Chicago, and then Illinois is like
the way it spreads is weird.
Oh, it's so
around the lake. Yeah, and there's all the little sub communities. It's vast.
Right. It is, but what's really odd is once you pass like the suburbs outside of Chicago,
it's like wind farms.
It's Nebraska.
Yeah, right.
It's just Nebraska. I'm just like, it's like Farm City, but they can smoke pot.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting vibe. So everybody's like I said, they're just country. They're country people, just having a good time. So we'll be up there a bunch, and like I said, back down to Texas a bunch. What are you up to? Where are you headed?
Oh man. We just got off of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 3 weeks, but we were home like almost every Monday, Tuesday, which is amazing. I loved that part of it.
Let's say that's like what I do every week.
Yeah, right. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to remember. We did 2 dates in Virginia. We did
what parts of Virginia?
I don't remember.
You just get in the van?
Yeah, it's like a portal.
Were you in Norfolk? Were you in the DC area?
No, we didn't go DC area. Actually, I was wearing a 930 Club shirt from where we played there, and I was stopped constantly. People were like, "Is that the 930 Club? Is that the 930 Club?" And I was like, "Remind me to not wear this shirt here again."
In Virginia.
But it was awesome. Just little dive bars, but like we were good turnouts, which was awesome.
Dude, that's great.
The weather kind of our van doesn't have AC.
Oh my god!
So the weather
it's
actually
like 95
yeah.
everywhere last week.
But somehow it cooperated enough for us. So it was quite the we played North Carolina somewhere in there.
No idea the town. Were you in Nashville? Were you outside of Raleigh? What was going on?
It was mountains, not beach.
Okay.
North Carolina. Yeah. That's my North Carolina. Yeah, I don't know. It's all a blur. Honestly, my life has been really crazy. I am having a child.
Yeah, buddy.
My
new dad alert.
Yeah. So we found out that Kate's pregnant.
Dude,
my wife, which is it's great. Just trying to figure a lot of stuff out.
Sure.
I got an additional other job. I've been working with a lighting company called Spark Lighting for a long time, doing media stuff. But now I'm going to do like admin work and like operations for the whole company, which is awesome.
Very cool.
So, and it's pretty crazy to find people and an owner that's like, I love your band, go tour, go work in the van. And I'm like, what?
That's so cool.
So it was just like, it was too good to pass up. And so I'm doing that in addition to my playing with Abby. Weird stuff. Anyway, we've been figuring all that in. So my life has been very crazy and very upside down recently, just trying to figure how all this is going to work. And actually, I'm in a really good place with it, which is awesome.
Nice, dude.
You would not believe how expensive childcare is.
I'm sure I wouldn't, but some of them would.
Right. I have not found a single place in Lexington that doesn't have a year wait.
We might have to open up a daycare.
Right. That's what our next podcast is about. Not really, but
dude,
so yeah,
nice.
It's just a lot. It's a lot, but we're gonna have a baby boy. It's gonna be awesome.
Right.
Very excited. and everything just kind of came together, which is really crazy.
That's sick.
Really, really crazy. But like last week we played. Oh, this is a good story.
Oh, I can't wait.
I think I can. I mean, I can tell it because it was live. We played Lightning 100 Nashville Sunday night, which is like
cool,
kind of a cult following listener. It's all, I don't know, lots of people tune in on Sunday night throughout the city. They listen to whatever bands are coming in. There's usually 3 bands on the bill, and the last 2 are broadcast on the radio show. So we were opening for a guy named Will Overman.
You said this is at 5th and Peabody?
3rd and Lindsley.
Gosh, there's so many of those names.
Yeah. 7th and Big Nathan's Hot Dogs.
Yeah, buddy. Go on.
But we played Lightning 100 thing. It's like live to a crowd, but there's also like some mounted cameras. We didn't know it was videoed, but apparently it was because I found it later.
Nice.
Here's the thing that happened during the set. I didn't see it because I look out, when we're playing. I don't know what you guys do. Actually, it'd be interesting to hear what you guys do when you're playing. Are you looking at your feet? Are you looking at your hands? Are you looking out? I try really hard to look out, but it's kind of in spurts. Like I'm looking at my own feet, pedal board, whatever,
right.
And I'm looking up when I need to,
right.
Every 10 seconds or whatever. So I didn't notice this because it's like black in front of the stage. All I see are lights. But Abby, the way she's playing, she's looking out, she's connecting with the audience. She sees a lot that I don't see. Well, homeboy stands up. Someone said like projectile vomits, and then just like boom, hits the floor. In the middle of this like restaurant, whatever thing.
Right. It's like kind of like a cleaner place. Yeah,
there was not enough people to not notice. Not that you need to not notice, but like I didn't know what was going on. I thought people were gonna fight. That was my, when someone hits the floor, I think, oh,
yes,
there's about to be a fight.
Yeah.
Abby was such a pro. We've kind of been, if you guys don't know, like post Travis Scott incident at big festivals, they will come at you with a clipboard and a big stack of documents to sign right before you go on stage. I mean,
we haven't been met with this, but I've heard it happen.
It's happened at least 4 times to us. But we're doing Live Nation gigs on those.
Yeah.
But they come up to you to sign this paper that you don't have time to read because your set's about to start, and they are incredibly specific about when you can go on, go off, whatever. And they'll even mute you in some festivals if they're feeling a little cantankerous. Anyway, so so we've kind of been trained to like, if you see something while you're playing, you stop the show.
Right.
And you make sure that person's okay. And I think that is great. Seriously, that's not at all like, I don't know, but it was weird in that like it shifts the responsibility from kind of the venue to the artist. And when you stop the show, a representative can walk out, and the representative who's walking out might be the one who stops and says like, hey, we have an emergency. Hey, we have this. Hey, we're stopping the show because this person's hurt. Like they could do the speaking part for you if the artist is uncomfortable.
Right.
Which might be helpful also because they're going to know more information than you do because you were playing music. Anyway, but this was live on the radio. And so Abby did the best thing, which I didn't need, she stopped the show. She was like, is that guy, is everybody okay over there? Like, what's going on? Do you need help? Didn't really get answers. And she was like, okay, well, we're just going to wait until this gets figured out. No problem. We'll be here. House lights come up. Ambulance guys come in, like put him on a stretcher. Supposedly he's okay. Whoa. That's what they said.
Right.
He was like dehydrated. It was super hot in Nashville, or like muggy.
Dude, no, hot. It was like 95 all weekend.
Yeah. So the guy, when he got up, he was clearly so embarrassed. Like not only was he distraught, he was embarrassed. So I feel terrible for him. And he is not on the live stream video, so don't like. But we are on the live stream video for like 7 minutes, just standing on stage,
scratching your head.
They didn't even like cut away. I mean, maybe they did on the broadcast, but like on the live stream online,
that's tough.
They didn't cut away. We're just on the stage. put the guy on a stretcher, get him out. He said, like, I only had one beer. Like, and I think he was like really dehydrated.
That's possible, dude. Yeah.
Which happens a lot, especially when you go in like the honky tonks there. Like, people who are not Nashville people show up, party way too hard, get taken out. But that was the first for me, having like a show-stopping medical episode.
Right.
And then they came up and said, "Do you want to play another song?" Which I was like, "No, not really." But
You're
then,
like, what do we do after this?
But then they're like, I don't know. Based on time, like, you should play one more song. So we like skipped down the set list, played the closer, ended up being great. And everyone like really took care of us and was super cool.
Nice.
But it was quite the experience.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We apparently we have a thing in our band. Apparently, one show someone died.
What?
And was brought back to life by the EMTs, like during the show at the very back, and none of us were notified.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Well, like,
I don't know if this is true or not. I have no idea.
Is this the clip I use?
Huh? Oh gosh. No. Someone died. No. That's just what
my gosh.
Our merch guy came to us and was like, dude, somebody died in the set. And I was like, well, that would have been great to know to stop this, to get that taken care of, man. But it was like a bigger festival type deal. So it was like way back, kind of like.
But it is such a bad look. Like, you might not even have control over it.
Right. And
it's a terrible look for like someone to be having an episode and picked up while you're like, hey, look over here. I'm going to play, whatever.
Dude.
And you don't even know.
Well, and it makes it harder for them to deal with the emergency if they can't hear, they can't communicate. So I get it. Thankfully, those have been minimized at our shows so far.
Yeah.
But Lord knows.
We're working on ours, I guess.
Yeah. Interesting. So where else are you going here coming up?
We're kind of done. I think we'll do some creative stuff coming up. But yeah, we're looking towards fall.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I'm like, great. It just, during this time in my life, it really helps me regroup and get ready for when the baby comes and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to think and get my house ready and logistics ready and just.
That's great. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, so that's the deal. I've been borrowing your Laney 410 lightweight. Do you know the model number?
It's the Nexus Neo.
Yeah.
I
have not ever really liked Neo's speakers. That cab sounds really good.
It sounds awesome.
It sounds really good. It
sounds awesome. Laney did something good with that one. I love it. I bought it a while back. I heard it at NAMM 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Something is 17, 18, 19, one of those, NAMM, California. And I was like, dude, real deal.
Sold, yeah.
I might have told this story, so sorry. Act like you haven't heard it. I come back to Lexington a month later. Full stack Laney Nexus, 1,000-watt head, the 410 cab, and the matching single 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, I know where this is going. So I was like, well, if they got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
And I think I walked out the door for like $1,200.
That's awesome.
For it all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
it's 600 watt. The 410 is 600 watts and 30 pounds at 4 ohms.
Dude, it's not bad. And it'll put
really
out
great.
some noise. And then you pair it with that beefy 15. You get the low end from the 15, the punch from the top, the 10s, dude. It's a bar, like just a hammer.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And that head pushing out 1,000 watts. You know, the head's a little techie.
Right, it's got like tilt EQ.
So the tilt EQ is actually really cool. I don't know if you guys know about this. Laney, and I have never seen this on anything else.
I think Mesa does it now.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now.
Are they tied in? No. Mesa's with who they're owned by somebody.
Did Gibson buy Mesa?
Yes, probably. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Laney had this really cool idea where they were like, well, what if you just left all the settings and based on the room, you could literally seesaw the whole EQ. So like I could punch my mids, but I can like roll the EQ to be more high biased and it will like ramp the highs and lower the lows. So this is great.
Cool.
Cause I'm like, I know where I play the P bass. I know exactly what kind of like mid boost I want with it. Well, then we get in this bar, it's too boomy. I'm like, I'll just roll the boom off, dude.
And I think, man, someone could correct me, but I think when you do shift like tilt EQs, like what would you call it? Like broad stroke, it's more phase coherent. Because when you're cutting mids, adding mids, whatever, bass, whatever, it is affecting phase.
Right.
And it's affecting how your tones. So when you do the big tilts,
Mm-hmm.
it actually helps your phase coherency a lot.
Dude, it's just crazy because, I mean, it's like turning your amp up 3 notches when you dial boom off or turn up low end when you need it. Like, it's so perfect. And it at first I was like, that's kind of a gimmick. And now I was like, no, dude, I use that every show.
Yeah.
Because I'll take that whole thing to bars and throw it down, and I'm just like, perfect. Leave my stuff there, tilt it to where I need it, boom, good to go. And it's been great. The head itself, the 1000-watt, it does have a tube in it. Mm-hmm. And it also has a digital aspect where you can just use it as an interface.
Yeah.
I never do.
It's not super lightweight, though, right?
It's not bad.
The head is normal.
The head's normal.
Like a rack mount size.
Yes, it is. It's a 2-space rack mount, but it's literally marketed as a studio live thing.
Yeah.
So you can play live, you can go USB out for the studio, and it's got really good options as to what you can do with it, and it's just been like oddly great.
Every time I've heard it, I'm really snobby. You guys know this, but the cabs have sounded great. The amp has sounded great. I'm really impressed.
I want that dig Beth really bad.
It is really cool looking.
I don't love. This is so nitpicky. I don't love the look of the rack on the top.
Right.
I see a lot of people have these like live-in cases of like, I saw there's one for sale in Nashville right now. There's like a 410 amp peg on the bottom, and on the top they've got their like SVT Pro and then a power conditioner, compressor, and all this. And I'm like, I just don't love the look of that.
Yeah.
Right now I've got mine in a 6-space with like
very 90s, 2000s.
Right. But the problem is it's unbelievably functional. Because I put mine in a rack just for safety, and I was like, well, I got these spaces, so I threw in my wireless, threw in a rack tuner, and all I need is that head, and I just full set up. And so I'm like, man, love it or not, it's the most usable thing. You know, I love the look of that little tiny tone hammer on top of the Aguilar. I love that look. I love the
love that look?
Love it.
Oh, I hate that look.
The little quilter on top of the big cat. I love that look.
I do it, and I hate that look.
I love that look.
That's awesome.
I like the amp peg because it's like the same size. I think that's cool.
That's what it, man, I'm like anal about the shapes and the.
That's funny.
I'm like, I want them to have the same shape. The Class D thing also, I promise I took very good care of your amp, but I did certainly turn it up. I mean,
should be.
It is now the quilter head I'm using, it expresses volume in watts, which is like straight up the middle is output 160 watts, dimed all the way is output 800 watts.
Oh, whoa.
So you're like, you can almost mathematically like exactly push the cabinet and not blow it. Anyway, so I was certainly
about this cab.
No, I was certainly giving it what it asked to be given.
Right.
And the quilter head, while it sounds very neutral. It has it really doesn't have any tonal impact.
Right.
And that there's something about that that's cool. I'm kind of wanting something else
Especially
right now.
The board.
But yeah, and like a great backup rig to have one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But the quilter is so light that I will be playing and I'll look over and my Class D head is like scooting and vibrating.
Funny, because you're pushing so much through.
Yeah, or
That's
like
hilarious.
the one time I hit a low B or something, the half the head is scooted off.
Yeah, see, I got that gator. It's a 6-space. It's that shallow gator, and it's got these rubber feet on it. It ain't go anywhere, man.
Yeah,
it rolls. Again, it's like at the end of the day, it's exactly what I need.
Yeah.
So I take it, man. I love it. I love the look of that SVT. I will get an SVT at some point. That thing rules, man. The little Laney in my rack, and I got a little VT bass in there too.
Yeah.
That this is not my touring rig, by the way. This is literally just like
rack mount VT bass.
Yeah,
so
dude.
The real
rack mount, dude. And I put it in a little. Basically, I loop it in so I can like mix knob it. Well, it has a mix knob too. And I literally just like turn it on and get that like sweet tone out of that VT bass, dude. It's like the hairiest but still smooth.
Yeah.
Tone. Like there's something smooth about that VT bass that you're like, this is usable. It's not. I don't know. It's perfect, and it cuts so well. It's like I said, especially in these bars. So, cool little rig that I've got for the bar gigs.
Yep. I'm excited. I think supposedly in 2 weeks, Jad Freer ships my rig.
Hey.
So
Big bucks.
I don't think I've said this out loud on the podcast at least, but I don't care. I've been so impressed with the Jad Freer stuff. I love the capo. It's super functional. Like what it does a lot.
Yeah.
It's really great for me. But I really have wanted the Sysma amp. That is, they call it a Class G, so it's not a Class D, which in some ways is splitting hairs, but really it's just, it doesn't operate the same way a Class D does. But it is able to be a little smaller without being like bite-sized small.
Right.
So the form factor is smaller while still feeling like a real amp. Has a tube front end, has two API style mids, which I think when they say that, it's just like fully sweepable mid frequencies.
Nice.
Which like that is what I want in a live head. I want 2 mid controls that I can find where the room's booming, and I can find where the articulation is in the room, and I can cut or add based on what I need. And then you can juice it and get some hair on the front end if you want. I probably won't because I like my amps a little bit more hi-fi. But I'm very excited. I think the 212, I ordered the 212 cab as well. So we're going to do that. And I think it might even be the first one online. We'll see. I mean, there could be one now, but I don't think anyone's really like reviewed the cab. Now, I won't really call it a review because we've had a relationship with Jad Freer, but I will call it like a demo and kind of give my personal thoughts. So I'm really excited. I wanted the 410, but the 410 was quite a bit more expensive, and it was just over the weight that I want to carry to a gig. Like my cab limit has been 55 pounds. I really liked the Ampeg. It's the 212 that's meant to sound like an 810. I don't remember the model number, but it was one of the best cabs I've ever played because it's kind of skinny on the low end, which it's almost like you're talking about a tilt EQ. Yeah. It's like it just didn't have that boom, but I did miss it when I went low on the bass. I'm like, man, I kind of want some more booty. So I'm excited about this 212. I went with the 212 because it's 50 pounds. My old Ampeg cab was 55 pounds, and that's like one of the lightest Ampeg cabs they made. Yeah. Well, caveat, with ceramic speakers, not Neo drivers. So the Jad Freer has ceramic speakers. I wanted the 410. The 410 was like 70 pounds. And I was like, man, that's for van touring, for not really having like reliable help, sometimes, walking into venues is farther than I want it to be. Right. I just can't do the 410 right now.
You'd have to bring the cart.
Right.
You'd really just commit to the dolly.
So maybe one day. I mean, I'm already committing to a way bigger pedal board than I need. Hopefully the video's out, or video will be out shortly after this on that. But it is a heavy pedal board. My pedal board's heavier than my bass cab.
You got the wheels.
So the wheels are great. But I'm like reaching over to put it into the van like really far because you want the heavier things towards the middle area of the van and whatever. So that I would expect content from us for the Jad Freer stuff coming up. We've also got coming up, we're looking at a reamp and DI box.
Oh yeah.
That some friends sent us. That is really cool. Yeah. Do we have anything else big on that?
Got some cool podcasts coming up, and
podcast guests.
That's
are
what
cool.
I'm saying. Really cool, fun stuff coming up.
Yeah. So everything's looking good. I think we're finally gonna also look at merch. We keep saying it. We keep putting it off.
We're really give the people what they want.
We're incredibly particular. Sorry. No, we are. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't count me out of that
one. We
are
both. Yeah. We're both really particular. So I think we finally figured out like what to print it on, what we like.
Yeah.
Man, prices on everything are crazy. Trying to price it.
Was this an inflation podcast now?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Chipotle.
Right. Yeah. I know. Trying to price everything in a way that's not concert prices or something. It's just unbelievable how expensive it is to manage all this stuff. But
it's crazy. But
we're
yes,
gonna
we're
do
gonna
something fun, and
we're gonna give the people what they want.
yeah. People have been asking us about it. We want to be able to do it.
Right.
We don't want to be a bunch of turds when we do it.
Right. And that's just, it's an easy way to support the channel.
Yeah.
You know, if you so choose, or just a good way to get some sweet stuff to wear.
Yeah, we want to build a community here, but we also it's we want to build a community. We don't want to just like rip off a community,
Right.
We want to build a healthy, cool amount of people, diverse amount of people.
Right.
And we also, me personally, I don't want to come out of the gate with my face on your t-shirt.
Yeah, you guys don't deserve that. Oh, we got to get a new logo. I cut off all my hair.
Oh yeah,
and the hair's like half. It looked like the Starbucks lady, dude,
Yeah.
in our logo. So I need we gotta
figure it out.
New photo shoot at least.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying we won't ever have that logo on something, but like, I don't want out the gate my face on.
You don't need it.
Your t-shirt.
You don't need it.
I love
him,
it.
and I probably would wear his face, but you guys,
yeah, I'd wear Nick's face.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll figure something out.
We're gonna find something classy and cool, and something you'd want to wear, and something that like real ones will know without it just screaming like, I love bass guitar.
Right.
I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah. So, we'll drop that. And then the second time around, we'll drop a full range of like supplements and nutrition items.
Exactly.
Powders, anti-aging creams.
Based coin.
Based coin.
We'll have our own crypto.
Yeah, we're actually just a pyramid scheme waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get all our friends to get under us. So,
yeah.
How are we on time? We got to get out of here?
We got to start wrapping up.
Let's get out of here, buddy.
We appreciate everybody. I think we got a really cool season ahead of us.
I think so.
Lots of life change, lots of new guests, lots of, I don't know, all good things.
All good things. So stick with us and drop us a line. Say hey. Like I said, check our Instagrams and the artists that we play for. Check their tour dates, because if we're coming to a city near you, we'd love to say hey.
Yep, come say hey.
We'd love to meet you and get a coffee, get a drink, whatever. And just thank you for being a wonderful patron of the channel. So
absolutely. See you later.